Here. Okay. Is somebody willing to share a word? We don't want to do a really long one for the purpose of demonstration. We want to start with a shorter word. Something that just trips you up all the time. One of you who doesn't spell well. Okay. Nothing's weird in English. Okay. So you're liable. How are you liable to spell it? What did I do with the...
O-O-T-H or T-O-O-T-H-E.
Okay, so nobody say anything. Everybody always wants to help. You can't help. Let's pretend I asked you and you said this, okay? All right. But let's pretend you said that. Yeah. So the first thing I would do is say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first thing I would say is, what's your name? Sue. You got 5 out of the 5 letters correct. Everybody clap for Sue. Okay, so all we have to do is take off this extra thing. We don't need it. But there are 5 letters in tooth, and you got them all. Now, what did I just do? What did I just do? Sorry, say that again? I affirmed her how?
By telling her she did a good job by getting 5 out of 5 letters.
Right. Remember when I said I was going to talk about ways of making this positive even when they misspell? Nobody ever tells people what they got right. Do you?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
He writes me letters a lot, my son.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll read it and I'll say first, good job.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll go back up to the word and I say, this word is great. You did a good try, but you just missed. You just need to add an E or you need to take off this letter. But I said, that's great.
Okay. Now let me refine that for you.
Okay.
Because you're on the right track and it's still on the negative side. You did good, but you missed one whatever. So what we want to say is, first of all, I wouldn't do it on a letter because it's a letter he wrote to you. Okay? But whatever work that you're doing it with. If he asks you, then you can. Like if he says, tell me whatever, then you would go to the word and you would say, okay, this word, you got 5 out of the 5 letters correct. Or you got 3 out of the 5 letters correct, or whatever it is. So, you know, if, let's say this is the word, and you'd say, you got 4 out of 5 letters. We need to add, and then you tell them.
So I would say, good job, but you forgot to put in E.
Yes.
But I don't count the letters.
Yes. Yes, because this is what happens. Good job, but. This goes for any subject. What is good job, but? I mean, we're not doing it intentionally, so I'm not criticizing you. I'm just letting you know we've all grown up like this. People told us, me too, I had to train myself not to do this anymore. Whenever it's something good but, it's like this doesn't even count. I mean, that's how it feels to the person. You can think about it for yourself if someone said it to you. Yeah. So saying, though, you got 3 letters out of 5 letters. Here are the 3 letters that are correct. Even if there's something wrong, let's just pretend there's a B here. Okay, you got 4 letters out of the 5. Right. So this is right, this is right, this is right, this is right. All we have to do is adjust that. So there's no but. It's all we have to do, or and we need to do this, or, okay? So that's the first step. Always point out. This is very different from going incorrect word.
My son spells was.
Yeah.
A lot, W-U-Z.
Yeah, because that's right. W-U-Z is was.
So it doesn't feel very good when you got 1 out of 3 right.
You'd be surprised. It feels much better than saying, once you do this system, that sounds much better than saying the word is wrong or it's misspelled. Because now he knows there's 1 letter. I need to just figure out these 2 letters. Here I have 4 letters? You mean I only have to remember 1 or do something for 1? Because most, like bad spellers, they're only off 1 or 2 letters. It's not like they know nothing, right? We don't ever acknowledge that.
Her son writes letters to her, which is awesome. That must make him feel good to do that, or he wouldn't do it. My son loves to write stories. Is it good to go back and critique their spelling in something they like to do? Okay.
Only if they want you to, only if they ask you, because otherwise, it's what you said before, they don't want to write either. Especially if they love to write and make up stories and be original, creative. Well, if all of their stuff is being corrected all the time, it's like, oh, I can't do this anymore.
Unfortunately, I've seen it big in the love to write, so
You've seen that, yeah. And that's what's going to happen.
And I do go back.
Nobody wants to have all their stuff corrected all the time. So now you could just say, well, I heard this person and she told me not to do that anymore, so you can just write. Isn't that great? And they're going to go like they don't quite believe you, so that you have to prove it, that you mean it. Let's go back here so I can show you the trick. Okay, there's not one trick. The idea is to come up with a trick for the word. And once you show this to the child or give them an idea, then they're off and running and they'll do their own. If not, you can always just keep helping. Some kids like somebody else to help them come up with the tricks, okay? So, Sue, what are the letters in here you always know?
T-O-O-T-H.
So you always know that whole part, right? Okay. So this is a little bit different, and we'll do another word. Maybe we'll do was, and we'll show that one. You always know this part. What trick could we do at the end of that to help you remember that there's nothing else after the H? And everybody can help here at this point. If somebody thinks of something, we'll see if it would work for Sue. She has the final say.
You can say that the little hump in the H is the actual tooth, and so that's where it stops.
Oh!
What do we do with the H? Yeah.
So here's that little tooth. That one's not working very well. Here's that little tooth. Here's the gum line. I just came from the dentist. Marcia, you know, was saying stuff that happens before conferences. On Wednesday night, I'm eating dinner and a piece of something falls out. I think it's a filling. Going, oh, this is interesting. What if more falls out while I'm speaking? Luckily, they were able to take me on Thursday, and it was actually a chipped tooth. I mean, my tooth chipped off. So I just saw all the little pictures the dentist had of the little gum line and the pink tooth, or the pink gum line. Doesn't matter. You just make it silly, funny. You can even put a little face in there, whatever you want to do. Funny colors. Then, this would be on a card. Okay, 5 by 8 is better than 3 by 5 because it's big. And now, I would practice with Sue. Chances are she might just remember this forever just because we just did this now. But some words are a little harder. So this could be her word of the week. And then I would say, okay, Sue, close your eyes and think of the word tooth. And what's the part of the word you always know? You said there was a part you always know. What is that?
T-O-O-T-H.
Right. And what color did we make those letters?
Black.
Okay. Now, does anything come after that?
No.
How do you know that?
Now I feature the pink
Ah.
hump with the which is the tooth, and that's the word. That's the end of the word.
Yay! Okay, you see how that works? Now, sometimes people go, well, that takes too long. We had to do that with every word. Yes, if you were doing 20 words at a time or 10 words at a time. But if 5 minutes or 10 minutes allows you to remember this word for the rest of your life, is that too long? No, because doing it the other way and writing it 50 times for, 2 weeks in a row, you're never going to know it. You're never going to know it.